Give us a name. Go to hell. Oh, so you want to play hardball, huh? How about we play a little Russian roulette? Whoops. What the hell? Why would you do that? What are the odds of that? 1 in 6. 1 in 6. How's it 1 in 6? You put 1 bullet in, there's 5 empties. 1 in 6. I didn't play Russian roulette, did I? Nope. You just shot a guy. Double whoops. Welcome back to Movie Punch, where we punch movies so you don't have to. Today it's our first installment of Rebel Diamonds, for those movies that shine just as bright, but don't always get the attention they deserve. And today it's Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, written and directed by Shane Black. This is classic Shane Black. Cool, witty, sleek, sexy. Set at Christmas for no discernible reason. It's all here. You know who's not here though? Wendy, my producer. She's supposed to be producing. And my pen has vanished. It's making me anxious. How am I supposed to punch movies without a pen? Now I guess we'll find out. Let's punch it. I think the story is the secret to success here, because while everyone will understandably talk about the one-liners and the performances, I think this movie works because the plot is clever and the story is so well done. A lot of writers will fail at the basics of structure and then call it subverting expectations in order to hide how sloppy their script was. But luckily, Shane Black is here to show them how it's done. In Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, we're introduced to a low-level thief, a gay private investigator, and a struggling actress, and together they get tangled up in a murder plot. A tale as old as time. Okay, well, not quite, but the noir mystery sure is, and this movie knows when to lean into those elements and when to back away. It's like a textbook example of how to subvert expectations, and yet all the key elements are here. Voiceover, femme fatale, multiple murders, bad guy pulling the strings, fast-talking protagonist, urinating on a corpse. Wait, scratch that last one. It's like a magic trick where every beat is surprising, yet somehow fits the story and genre perfectly. A guy getting his finger cut off when a door slams on it. That's surprising. Our protagonist getting injured to up the stakes? Of course. If more screenplays were this good, we'd have a much better time in the movies. But of course, original movies like this never make any money, so I'll have to keep dreaming. I'm missing my pen here. And Wendy's still gone. 2 mysteries to solve. Wait, why does that sound familiar? I'll be right back. I'll go find out what's happening around here.
What the hell, Perry? He's got to be somewhere. He turned right in front of us.
Oh! Whoa! Harry. Harry, come back. Harry.
Welcome back. My pen is still missing, but I think I might have a lead on Wendy. She mentioned earlier about placing some bets. Maybe she lost. Maybe she got in over her head. Maybe someone came to collect. Doesn't explain the mystery of my missing pen, though. Let's keep going. Alright, let's move on to character. And was there ever a more perfect casting than Robert Downey Jr. as a fast-talking noir protagonist? Well, yeah, his casting as Iron Man was even better. But still, he's brilliant here. His knack for speedy delivery and mumbled asides pair perfectly with Black's dialogue. He also manages to toe that fine line between being likeable enough that we want to root for him, but being a bit of an ass and causing problems for himself. Then there's more perfection with Val Kilmer. He's one of those actors that I feel didn't seem to get enough roles considering how good he was, which I know is kind of a silly thing to say considering that he was Batman, he was in Heat, he was in Tombstone, but I feel like other stars of his era have a lot more roles to their name. It's possible he was more selective with his choices, and that's why he showed up less often. And if that is the case, it worked, because every time he's on screen, he steals the show. He's so great here, especially in a role where I think a lot of actors would have gone a lot bigger with the campness. Some of this movie hasn't aged that well, but not Kilmer. He played it perfectly. Michelle Monaghan is also fantastic, completely believable as Harry's girl that got away and a struggling actress. She doesn't get given as much gold as Val Kilmer and RDJ, but she absolutely holds her own against those two. And he still isn't back. I'm sure something's happened to her, but that still doesn't solve. No, wait, I've got it. Wendy loses big, and she can't afford to pay up because I do not pay her well. So she takes my pen as collateral. It's not two mysteries, it's all connected. Let's wrap this up so we can solve this thing. At the start, I said that too much significance could be put on the one-liners, but they are the MVP here. I think the story is what makes the movie work, but the laughs are what keep us coming back all these years later. I won't spoil them by listing them off here. That's what the comment section is for. It's worth pointing out that most movies are lucky if they have one memorable line, whereas Kiss Kiss Bang Bang has about a dozen. I think people have gotten sick of this formula of serious events interspersed with jokes because Marvel's kind of run that into the ground. But this is a movie that isn't technically a comedy, and yet will have you laughing all the way through. So that's Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. If you've seen it, I hope you'll agree with me that it's great. If you haven't seen it, it's a huge recommendation from me. Let me know in the comments what you think, and maybe you can be the first person to tell me to look up the word idiot in a dictionary. Wendy, you're back, and you're okay. Where did you go? Out, but we had to record the show. You forgot. That's right, you're a terrible producer. How did I forget that? No, hold on. That doesn't explain the mystery of my missing pen. Am I sat on it? Come on, Wendy, give me some credit. No, this doesn't make me an idiot. I set up an important mystery, only for it to not matter. Was I disappointing the audience, or was I subverting expectations? Oh, right, you weren't here earlier. That was a clever callback to earlier in the video. It was very funny.